Hello students, how are you? So for class 7th, in the last video we completed the chapter wind, storms and cyclones. Okay, I hope you have studied it and make the notes and completed the exercise also. The next chapter that we are going to start today is soil. Okay, I again request you students that please watch all the videos that are being uploaded on the channel. Okay, and make the notes of the chapter that are being completed over there. Soil. See students, we all know that one of the most important reason that the life exists on the planet Earth is soil. One of the most important. Okay, there are many other factors also, but one of the most important factor that leads, or you can say because of which the life is sustainable or life is there exist on the planet Earth, because of the soil. Okay. So, because we know that we need soil for everything, for agriculture, for our living, etc. Okay. So, it is very important part of our life. Okay. Now, first topic is importance of soil. Soil allows the growth of plants. It supplies water and nutrients that are required in growth of plants. Okay. It allows the growth of the plants, definitely it provides the base, and it supplies water and nutrients that are required in the growth of plants. There, as you know, there are many nutrients in the soil. So, with the help of the water from the pathway of roots, the plants uptake all the essential nutrients that are required to them. Second, the soil is the main part of agriculture. Different types of soils support different kinds of crops. Without agriculture, food, shelter and clothing are not possible. Okay, very important. Soil is the main part of agriculture, and even if we talk about the India, then what happens, that the main part of land is used for agriculture. Okay, India is an agricultural country. Most of the the maximum economy, or you can say the maximum persons in India are doing agriculture. Okay, so it is very important part for the agriculture also, and we all know that in different regions different crops are grown. Why? One of the reason may be that weather is also there, but the most important reason is soil, that different types of regions have different kinds of soil type crops. Okay, why? Because there are different kinds of soil. If you go to the Rajasthan, then there is different types of soil. If you similarly go to the South India, then there is different kind of soil. If you go to extreme north of India, Jammu Kashmir, there are different kind of soil. So, all over India there are different kinds of soil which support different kinds of crops. Okay. Many microorganisms live in the soil. See student, microorganisms they may be useful also, they may be harmful also. Okay. So, there are many microorganisms that are living in the soil, and the useful ones, for example, that helps the plant to uptake the nutrition and most importantly the nitrogen, because what happens students, the plants cannot uptake nitrogen easily, or cannot take nitrogen from the atmosphere. Okay, it is not easy. So, with the help of these microorganisms, they can take that nitrogen and use them in their cycle, whatever metabolic activities. Okay. So, many microorganisms, they may be useful, they may be harmful, they also live in the soil, and we all know that underground water is used for various purposes. Okay. There is no doubt that the underground water is a reservoir, because many a times when it is said that drought is there, so what happens, that the underground water is scarce. Okay. Means there is a scarcity of underground water. So, one of the most important factor is the underground water, because you know where it is used for various purposes. The plants can obtain directly water from underground water. Many wells, tube wells, they run on the underground water, level of underground water. Okay. So, if there is no rainfall for a long period of time, the underground water may become scarce, and there will be a scarcity of underground water. Okay. Now, this diagram shows importance of soil. You can see it is the medium for plant growth. Yeah, we definitely know that it supports, it provides the base to the plant. Okay. The roots are embedded in the soil, and the plant is supported by the soil. Then next is recycling system for nutrients or organic waste, very important. We all know that the nutrients that are required for the plants are used by the required by the plants are used by the plants with the help of soil. They are uptaken by the soil, from the soil, and used by the plants. Okay. And what happens when the plant die? definitely the plant fall on the soil, and after some time it decomposes, and all the nutrients that are left again get mixed into the soil. So, this is a complete recycling system, or you can say the cycle that is going on continuously. Okay. It is uptaking from the soil, and then again after it returns to the soil when the plant is dead. Then it is the habitat for soil organisms, many earthworms, etc. There are many organisms, just we discussed that many microorganisms live in the soil. So, it is the habitat for different organisms, or we can say soil organisms. The organisms which live in the soil are soil organisms. Okay. Then it is the engineering medium. Okay. Different types of buildings or different types of practices are based on the different types of soil types. Okay. System for water supply and purification. Okay. So, these are the importance of soil, very important functions the soil is performing in our daily life. But students, nowadays there is a problem that arises, that is about the pollution of the soil. Okay. So, let us discuss what pollutes the soil. Before that, you can again look at this diagram, and if you want to write something, you can write. Okay. What pollutes the soil? First, dumping non-biodegradable substances such as plastic bags and polythene causes soil pollution. Nowadays, the most important factor that is leading to the pollution is these non-biodegradable substances, because we know once we use them, they are very difficult to be disposed of. Okay, because they are not degradable. Degradable substances are which can easily be degraded, so they can be dumped, but non-biodegradable substance, they cannot be dumped because they are not degradable by any microorganism. Okay. So, they keep on accumulating and they increase the soil pollution. Second, waste products from industries which contain chemicals can affect the soil adversely. This one is the very important. That is why the government has said to the industries that while discharging the sewage or discharging the waste from industries, it should be properly treated. Okay. And properly treated means that all the harmful substances that are over there, that needs to be controlled. So, waste products from industries which contain chemicals can affect the soil adversely. Excess use of fertilizers and pesticides pollute the soil and decrease its fertility. Because similarly, these fertilizer and pesticides, what are these? These are the chemical students. Okay. So, they by the government also it has been said that the use of the fertilizers and pesticides should be minimum. That is why you see that the organic farming, that is, it is based on the methods that more and more organic products are used. Okay. So, instead of using this fertilizer and pesticide, the homemade prepared manure with the help of earthworm, okay, with the help of that cow dung, that is used, because it is not harmful for the soil and it does not decreases its fertility. So, these 2 points, waste products from the industries which contain chemical and excess use of fertilizer and pesticides, these 2 points are connected because both are related to the chemicals. Once the chemicals are mixed in the soil, they affect the soil in various ways. For example, they decrease the water holding capacity, and once the water holding capacity of the soil decreases, then the type of crops grown, because you know some kinds of crops need less water, but sometimes of crops need large water in quantity. Okay. So, that is what it affects, and that is what it affects the soil quality, or you can say the crop quality also. So, waste product from industries which contain chemicals can affect soil. So, it is said, or the regulation has been made by the government that the industries, before discharging their waste, whether into the water bodies or into the soil, whether they are dumping, okay, it need to be properly taken care of, so that it does not affect the soil of a particular place. Okay. And that is why you might have seen that the factories that are placed, they are placed far away from such places, and sometimes if they not, then they have to follow all the regulations that the government has told them to follow. Okay. Because you know, maybe industries are there, but the main focus or the main source of food for Indians is the agriculture. Okay. Because you know, farmers, they do a lot of hard work, and then they grow crops for us, and because of that crops we are earning we are living. Okay. Because of that. So definitely if farmers or the soil quality will not be proper, then the quantity as well as quality both of the crops will decrease, and in the future, in the near coming future, will not be able to fulfill the demands, ever increasing demands, because you all know that nowadays population is increasing day by day. It is increasing at an alarming rate. So if it is obvious that if the population is increasing, then the demands will also increase, and for the demands to increase, the production needs to increase. But due to these factors, that dumping non biodegradable substance like plastic bags, polythene, waste products from industries and which contain chemicals, and excess use of fertilizer and pesticide, this will decrease the production, and that is very harmful. Okay, so that's why it is said that these all the chemicals based agriculture should be limited, okay, as much as it can be. So that's why this new concept that of organic farming, it is the same thing, that whatever is used is a in healthy form. Because see, definitely if it is affecting the soil, these waste products from industries and chemicals, this fertilizer, pesticide, indirectly they are also affecting our health. Why? Because these similar chemicals will be uptaken by the plants through the roots, and once the plants are cut off, they are prepared, the food is prepared, then what happens, they need to be served off, they are also given to various peoples, then they go inside our body when we feed them. So definitely if they are affecting the soil quality, they are also affecting the health of an individual. Okay, so it is very important that this need to be checked. What pollutes the soil. Okay, nowadays we are talking about various pollution, soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution. So this needs to be controlled. Okay, therefore before dumping anything waste into the soil, it must be treated properly. Pesticides and fertilizers should be used in minimum quantity. Lastly, materials like plastic should be banned, as we pollute the soil, as they pollute the soil and affect the living organism as well. Okay, so what happens, these plastics also, because they are non biodegradable, so once they are dumped off, they keep on accumulating. Okay, and one more important thing that I forgot to tell you is that once this the quality of the soil, the fertility is decreased, then to replenish it, replenish means to regain its fertility, it is a very long time process. Okay, and you all know the making of soil is a very long time process, it takes millions of years. Similarly, the fertility of soil takes a long time to get replenished. Okay, so that's why these things need to be taken care in mind once you are if you are doing agriculture or whatever, if you are throwing any waste, these things need to be taken into consideration, that if we dump anything related to chemicals, then it will affect the soil quality adversely. Okay students, let's move forward. So these are the certain factors that causes soil pollution. Okay, swimming pool chemicals, hazardous chemicals, trash and litter, air pollution from cars. Now how does air pollution from cars, see, definitely you must say that air pollution, how will it affect soil? See, the cars that emit, okay, this harmful substance, there are two kinds. There may be harmful gases also, and there are also sooty particles. Sooty particles are solid, so after sometimes they settle down on the soil. Okay, they are not always in the suspended in the air, they also settle down in the soil. So air component is doing the air pollution, but that sooty particle, that are solid substance, they cause the soil pollution. Okay, and then the pesticides and fertilizers. So these are the factors that cause soil pollution. Okay, clear students? Now next topic is soil profile. The soil consists of distinct layers which are also called horizons of soil. Okay, you might have seen that diagram, okay, in which the lowermost layer is made up of rocks, then very fine rock particles, then there is soil, very fine particles, and then humus. So that the soil consisting of distinct layer, distinct, the meaning of distinct is different. Okay, so the different layers, it is called the horizons of the soil. Okay, definitely we know that from the core of the earth there are different types of layer. Okay, and that the soil consists of a distinct layer. The uppermost layer is very rich in minerals and humus. Okay, that is, it is humus. so that is, it is dark brown in color also. But as soon as we go deep inside the earth, what we will find, the particles will get more bigger, and ultimately we will find the rocks inside it. Okay. So the soil consists of distinct layers which are also called horizons of soil. The soil profile is a vertical section of the soil which depicts all the layer of the soil. It is a vertical section of the soil which depicts all the layers of the soil, means from the lowermost to the uppermost layer, it depicts all the part of the soil or all the layers of the soil with the help of a diagram. The layer of soil can be seen if we dig deep through it while creating a well or while laying the foundation of a building. Okay, the layers of the soil can be seen if we dig deep through it while creating a well or while laying the foundation of a building, because while laying the foundation of a building it needs to be dig deep. Okay. Now, humus, the decaying matter in the soil is called humus, and we all know that humus is the uppermost or the topmost part of the soil layer. Okay. Weathering, soil is formed when rocks break down. Okay, this process is also called weathering, the process in which the rocks break down. Okay, see students, this process is not as easy as it is looking. Okay, it takes millions of years, because the process of breaking of rocks and then into simpler particles and then decomposing and all that things. So the conversion of soil, or you can say the rock into the soil, is a very very long process. Okay, there are different processes. Let's see. Soil is formed when rocks break down. This process is also called weathering. The weathering of rocks takes place because of rains, flowing water, winds, temperature and climatic conditions of a place. Okay, so these are the certain factors which depends or which affect the weathering process. Maybe some place weathering may be fast or some place may be slow, but not fast. It does not mean fast that it will take in place in years. Okay, it will take long time, but comparatively less time than other places. Okay, so these are the factors, or you can say, which affect the weathering of rocks. These are rains, flowing water, winds, temperature and climatic conditions of a place. Parent rock, the nature of the soil, that is its texture and availability of minerals, depends upon the rock from which it is formed. This rock is often called as parent rock. Okay, the nature of the soil, definitely it will depend upon the rock that is formed, because sometime in some places there is red soil formed. Why? Because the kind of stone, or you can say the rocks that is being weathered there is different. Then the rocks that is weathered in the UP is different, and the rocks that are weathered in the Rajasthan are different. So that's why the soil quality in UP as well as Rajasthan are different, because of the parent rock. So this is one of the more important conditions that depends that how the soil will be. It depends on the parent rock, nature of the soil, that is its texture and availability of minerals. Okay, so these are the three things that we discussed about the soil profile. Okay, humus, it is the decaying matter in the soil. Weathering, soil is formed when the rocks breaks down, and this process is called weathering. The weathering of rocks takes place because of rain, flowing water, winds, temperature and climatic condition of a place. Okay, see, if the temperature and climate are more humid and hot, then the weathering takes place fast. Okay, so these are the different processes. And parent rock, the nature of soil, that is its texture and availability of minerals, depends upon the rock from which it's formed, and this rock is often called as parent rock. Yes, students. Soil profile. Now this was what I was talking about, that different layers that is depicting A horizon, B horizon, C horizon and the bedrock. Okay, you can see in the bedrock there are large rocks. Okay, and then gradually as we move upward, what happens, these rocks get finer and finer, and finally in the A horizon we get that soil that we popularly known as the uppermost layer of the soil or humus. Okay, you can see the color is also different. The dark brown color, I told you why it is the dark brown color. It is because of the presence of the humus. Humus is very rich in nutrients, etc. So that's why all the vegetation that occurs is in the topmost layer of the soil. Okay, similarly there is B horizon, there is C horizon. So this is the gradual process. As soon as the bedrock, the rocks from the bedrock start weathering, then they convert to the C horizon, the B horizon, and finally the A horizon. Okay, and one more important thing, that A horizon also consists of many microorganisms, okay, that enrich the nutrient enrichment of the soil, and as well as the water holding capacity of the soil is also main because of the amount of humus content. Okay, and you can see the vegetation is growing in the A horizon. Okay students, so this was about the soil profile. In the next video we will be discussing these horizons one by one. Okay, so this was the introduction in today's class about the chapter, but we have discussed a lot more things about the pollution of the soil. Okay, so make the notes of this chapter, start making it, and also complete the previous chapters if you have not. Okay, and students, stay inside our house, keep studying, and take care of yourselves. Thank you and have a nice day.